lakbayan sa Hingog karon ana sa red alert status dala sa tropical storm Basyang. Ug atong ipahimutang ang atong syudad under sa forced evacuation. Atong gianghat ang tanang mga kabaranggayan, ilabi na ang nasa low-lying areas, flood-prone areas, mga landslide-prone areas, o mga coastal areas nga atong yung implementar ang forced evacuation para gayud atong maluwas ang matag kinabuhi nga dala sa tropical storm Basyang nga epekto nga posibleng moigo nga kusog nga ulan karong hapon karong gabii taman ugmang kadlawon ug ugmang adlaw.
In the growing culture of trail running in Northern Mindanao, a new endurance event emerged from the mountains surrounding Gingoog City in Misamis Oriental, the Gingoog Trail Ultra. The race was born from a shared vision among local trail runners and outdoor enthusiasts who believe that the rugged landscapes of Sitio Civoleg and the upland mountain trails of Gingoog had the potential to host a challenging ultra-distance race. These mountains, known for their steep climbs, dense forest paths, and dramatic elevation gains, offered terrain perfectly suited for testing the endurance and resilience of trail runners. However, behind the birth of the race stood a central figure whose passion for adventure and outdoor exploration inspired the idea. The visionary behind the race director Roz Mi-Choel-Dee. Lagan. At the heart of the Gingoog Trail Ultra was its race director and conceptual founder, Roz Mi-Choel-Dee, widely known in the outdoor community by his moniker, Lagan. A passionate traveler, adventure enthusiast, and community organizer.
Wala mo dito na video ni ay.
Mi-Choel-Dee had long been involved in promoting outdoor activities and exploration across Mindanao through his platform, Lagan Extreme Travel Adventures and Outdoor Recreational Activities. Through years of trekking, trail exploration, and organizing outdoor gatherings, he developed a deep appreciation for the untouched landscapes of Gingoog's mountainous interior. These experiences eventually inspired him to envision a trail running event that would not only challenge athletes, but also highlight the hidden beauty of the region. For Mi-Choel-Dee, the concept of the Gingoog Trail Ultra was more than just a race. It was a platform to promote adventure tourism, environmental appreciation, and the spirit of endurance. His vision was to create a race that would connect runners to the mountains, forests, and communities of Gingoog while establishing the city as an emerging destination for trail running. The spark of the idea. The concept of the Gingoog Trail Ultra began taking shape around 2024 to 2025, when Mi-Choel-Dee and fellow outdoor enthusiasts started exploring possible routes through the mountainous terrain leading toward Sitio Civoleg. The proposed trails followed a dramatic ascent from the city toward the upland mountains along Route 955, an area known for its rugged terrain, steep gradients, and scenic forest landscapes. Early trail explorations revealed a course that was both brutal and beautiful, characteristics that would eventually define the identity of the race. During this formative stage, several members of the running community became early supporters of the project. The running couple and the early community. Among the early figures who helped generate excitement for the event were Josh Rodriguez and Roz Rodriguez, popularly known within the running community as the running couple. The pair had already established themselves as active participants in the Mindanao trail running scene, frequently joining endurance races and running groups across the region. Their enthusiasm for trail running and their visible partnership in the sport resonated with many athletes. During the early stages of the race's development, they became part of the circle of runners who supported the concept by participating in early trail explorations, sharing the race concept within running communities, encouraging fellow runners to experience the trails of Gingoog, helping generate early interest in the upcoming event. Their involvement helped spread awareness of the race among trail runners in Mindanao. For many athletes, the presence of the running couple symbolized the spirit of partnership, resilience, and adventure that trail running represents. The role of the Likay Sugo trail running community. Another significant presence during the early days of the race was the Likay Sugo trail running community, a grassroots trail running group known for promoting mountain running, camaraderie, and respect for nature. Members of the Likay Sugo trail running community were among those who supported the vision of bringing a major trail race to the mountains of Gingoog. Their participation reflected the strong culture of collaboration that exists within the trail running community in Mindanao. As early supporters of the initiative, runners from Likay Sugo contributed by joining exploratory runs and trail familiarization, supporting the promotion of the race within the regional trail community, encouraging new runners to experience the challenge of mountain racing, participating in the inaugural event, and supporting fellow athletes along the course. Their presence during the early stages helped strengthen the foundation of the race as a community-built sporting event rather than a purely commercial competition. The involvement of groups like Likay Sugo Trail Running Community, alongside individual advocates such as the running couple, reflected the collective spirit that shaped the birth of the Gingoog Trail Ultra. The first edition, Gingoog Trail Ultra 2025. When the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2025 was finally launched, it represented the realization of Mi-Choel-Dee's vision and the collective effort of the trail running community. The race introduced runners to a course defined by rugged mountain trails, technical terrain, and narrow forest paths, steep elevation gains, remote jungle sections, the dramatic climb from the city to the uplands of Civoleg. Participants from different parts of Mindanao traveled to Gingoog to take part in the challenge, eager to test themselves against a course that promised both suffering and spectacular scenery. The event quickly gained attention among trail runners.
Kaagi mo dere 60K yung kategory. Ngit kayo dere. So, bantayo nun.
As a new and demanding race within the region, a community-built race. What made the Gingoog Trail Ultra unique was that it was not simply an organized sporting event. It was a community-driven initiative. Local runners, volunteers, and outdoor enthusiasts contributed to every stage of its development, from trail scouting and route marking to logistics and runner support. At the center of this movement stood Razmer Mi-Choel-Dee, whose idea transformed into a real endurance event through persistence, community collaboration, and the shared love for the mountains. With the support of runners like the running couple, the Likay Sugo Trail Running Community, and many other passionate athletes, the race evolved into a new chapter in the growing story of trail running in Northern Mindanao. The birth of the Gingoog Trail Ultra marked the beginning of what many hoped would become a signature endurance race, celebrating not only athletic endurance, but also the beauty, culture, and spirit of the mountains surrounding Gingoog City. (2026) Gingoog Trail Ultra Controversy. Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental. In the rugged mountains overlooking the northern coast of Mindanao, The Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026 was expected to be another defining moment for the growing trail running community of the region. What began as a celebration of endurance, nature, and adventure soon evolved into a story shaped by extreme weather, organizational conflict, and the resilience of a race determined to survive. Chapter 1. The event. The Gingoog Trail Ultra, commonly known as GTU, had steadily built a reputation among trail runners in Mindanao. Hosted in Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental, the endurance event draws athletes from across the Philippines who are eager to test themselves against the region's mountainous terrain. For the 2026 edition, organizers planned a challenging course that would traverse forest trails, steep ridges, and remote mountain paths above the city. The race venue was set at the Sitio Civoleg, located in Barangay Lunavtan, a highland community known for its cool climate and panoramic mountain views. Promotional posts circulating across Facebook, Instagram, and Threads showed runners preparing for the demanding event. Images of muddy trails, dense forests, and steep ascents captured the spirit of ultra-trail racing, a sport where endurance, mental resilience, and respect for nature define success. The race was organized under the direction of Radmers Amaquin, serving as race director. Operational planning and promotion were associated with Outrace Project, involved in coordinating logistics, marketing, and runner engagement leading up to the event. Countdown posts and race teasers appeared online as the race approached, generating excitement among runners who had been training for months in preparation. But as anticipation grew, forces beyond the control of runners and organizers began to emerge. Weeks before the race, Northern Mindanao faced the arrival of Tropical Storm Basiang. The storm swept across parts of Mindanao with heavy rainfall and strong winds, triggering landslides in mountainous areas and causing rivers to swell. In Gingoog City, the local government declared a red alert status as authorities monitored the developing hazards. Across the city's upland barangays, evacuation advisories were issued for communities located in flood-prone and landslide-prone areas. Roads connecting remote mountain villages were temporarily blocked by debris and mudslides. These developments created immediate concerns for outdoor activities scheduled in the region. Trail ultramarathons, by nature, traverse isolated and rugged terrain. Runners may pass through steep ridges, river crossings, and forested mountain trails far from paved roads or urban infrastructure. Under normal conditions, the challenge is part of the sport's appeal. But during a storm, those same conditions can quickly become dangerous. As the weather worsened, questions began circulating across social media. Would the race continue? Or would safety concerns force organizers to cancel it? Watchful eye of disaster management. As the storm intensified, the Gingoog City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, commonly known as the CDRMO, became one of the most critical institutions monitoring the unfolding situation. The office tracked meteorological updates, evaluated landslide risks in mountain barangays, and coordinated emergency responses throughout the city. During the storm period, disaster management authorities monitored tropical cyclone movement, issued weather and safety advisories, coordinated evacuation efforts in vulnerable communities, monitored road accessibility in mountainous areas. For events like trail ultras, the guidance of disaster authorities carries particular importance. A single landslide or swollen river crossing could place runners in serious danger. Because the GTU course passed through remote upland terrain, weather advisories and disaster assessments became a crucial factor in determining whether the race could proceed safely. Behind the scenes, organizers and authorities were faced with the difficult task of evaluating risk in a rapidly changing
Gingoog Trail
environment.
Ultra 60 km. Sige sa gulong sa tao pero matabok kasi.
As the race date approached, discussions intensified across social media platforms. On Facebook, runners and spectators hosted questions about the weather conditions in the mountains. On Instagram, Images of muddy trails and storm clouds circulated alongside race promotions. Meanwhile, conversations on threads reflected growing uncertainty within the running community. Participants raised concerns about several issues: the safety of mountain trails following heavy rains, the possibility of landslides along the route, accessibility of remote aid stations, emergency response capabilities during severe weather. Some runners had already traveled long distances to participate in the race. Others had invested months of training in preparation for the event. The debate highlighted a difficult balance. On one side was public safety, particularly during a storm affecting mountainous terrain. On the other was the commitment to runners, sponsors, and the broader trail running community. Amid these discussions, another development further complicated the situation: sponsorship withdrawal and organizational shakeup. The event faced an early setback when the global outdoor brand Merrell announced the withdrawal of its sponsorship from the 2026 race. According to official statements, the decision was based on internal considerations related to changes in the event that differed from the original sponsorship agreement. Because the agreement was tied specifically to Outrace Project, the sponsorship could not be transferred once organizational structures began to shift. Shortly afterward, Outrace Project announced that it would step away completely from the event. Despite having fulfilled commitments related to race entitlements, medals, and marketing materials, the organization stated that it had been requested by a local government representative to withdraw its involvement. According to their statement, Radmer's Amaquin informed them that the race itself could face cancellation if they remained part of the organizing structure. In a move described as an effort to preserve the race for the runners, Outrace Project formally severed its involvement, relinquishing all operational responsibility for GTU 2026. The announcement shocked many within the local trail running community. What had begun as a weather-related concern was now evolving into a deeper organizational crisis. Reassurance from the race director. As speculation spread online, race director Radmer's Amaquin released a statement addressing the situation. He confirmed that the race was not canceled. According to Amaquin, the event would proceed with the support of several local institutions, including the Gingoog City Local Government Unit, the Gingoog City Tourism Office, the Gingoog City Sports Office, the Civoleg Higanan, Tribal Council. Organizers assured participants that all previously promised race entitlements would still be provided. The race would now proceed under revised management arrangements, with logistical coordination shifting to the remaining organizing team and local government partners. New dates and final preparations. To address logistical and safety concerns, the race schedule was adjusted. The Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026 was rescheduled to take place from February 28 to March 1, 2026. The race categories included 60 km category. Start February 28 at 10:00 p.m. Elevation gain 2,706 meters. Cutoff time 17 hours. 35 km category. Start March 1 at 2:00 a.m. Elevation gain 1,637 meters. Cutoff time 12 hours. 15 km category. Start March 1 at 5:00 a.m. Elevation gain 636 meters. Cutoff time 6 hours. Race kit claiming was scheduled for February 27 to 28 at the Grove Civoleg, where runners would gather before heading into the mountains. Participants were reminded to bring mandatory safety equipment such as headlamps, emergency blankets, personal first aid kits. In the cool mountain air of the Gingoog highlands, preparations continued despite the uncertainty that had surrounded the event. Conclusion: a race that nearly didn't happen. The story of Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026 became more than a sporting event. It became a case study in the challenges faced by endurance races operating in remote natural environments, where weather, logistics, sponsorship, and governance intersect. What began as a celebration of trail running was suddenly shaped by a powerful tropical storm, the withdrawal of a major sponsor, the departure of a key organizing group, a wave of public debate online. Yet despite these obstacles, the race endured. For many runners, the mountains of Gingoog would soon test not only their physical strength, but also the resilience of a community determined to keep the spirit of trail running alive.
From Cagayan de Oro City. So, Brox, may gabi niya. At this moment, no, alam sa higayon, aron sa pagtudlo, no, about sa itong race briefing. Ang biyahe yung tanan niya, maminaw sa laita. Sa katong mga runners ka na sa gawas, pagod ko sulit na dili sa ato ang
May gabi sa tanan. So, salamat kayo sa pagtambong ninyo karon na event. So, ako kong masalamaton na itong hitabo naging hapit pa wala na dayon or na-postpone. So, salamat po na dayon ulit karon. So, good luck sa inyong tanan. I hope ma-enjoy mo sa ruta nato karon. Safe ang tanan. So, ang ato natin mga water station and aid station. So, naabot na mga marshals on the ground.
Jacket ka malimtan.
60 km, naamoy isang race team na makuha. Dili na lang mo i-info ay kung ahanga EM ang araw race team. So, visible ka itong mga trail sign. So, na yung mga restrictorize, sticker, naabot tayo mga marshals on the ground. So, around 11 p.m. natay naka-position diyan ang area na naka-red cross. Around 18.5 p.m. na naka-position po na taga-CDR. Tapos abot na to sa 32 p.m. to 35 p.m. na po taga-CDR. So pagbalik ko po niya around 14 na po taga-CDR kaya po na naka-position na naka-FedEx na to. So naatay doon ka drop bag. So ang drop bag na to, first yun na mag-agyan ang drop bag sa around 42 p.m. First yun na agi na ka-down. So pagbalik din nyo around 42 p.m. makabalik na po dito nga station. Nakapulit yung drop bag dito. Tapos dito po na nga ito ang intermediate cut-off for 11 hours. So 9 a.m. dapat or before 9 a.m. makaabot na mo dito nga area. Tapos kung mulapas na mo sa 9 a.m. we strictly na dili na yun mo ipapush. Tapos naatay sa limatan o cut-off time dito, intermediate cut-off, naatay transpo nga ma-provide pero dumanon mo tanan o biyahe na rin. If ever na hindi ko makahulat, paamon transpo na i-provide, na yung mga amal-hapal, pero ako ang kumakain. Inakuha ko.
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much.
The race unfolded across 3 challenging distances: 60 kilometers, 35 kilometers, and 15 kilometers. Each route demanded courage, discipline, and deep respect for the mountain terrain. Yet beyond the champions and podium finishers, another group of runners carried a different responsibility. They were not chasing victory. They were safeguarding the race itself. They were known as the sweepers, the silent guardians of the trail. In ultra trail racing, sweepers serve a critical function. Positioned at the very end of the race field, they follow behind the final runners and move steadily along the course to ensure that no participant is left behind in the mountains. Their responsibilities extend far beyond simply running the trail. Sweepers verify that all runners safely pass through each section of the course, assist participants who are injured or exhausted, and enforce official race cutoff times and safety rules. They also confirm that every aid station and checkpoint can close only after the final runner has passed through. Throughout the race, they maintain communication with marshals and race officials, providing updates about conditions on the trail. In many endurance events around the world, sweepers function as the final safety layer of the race, a moving team that ensures the mountain is cleared safely. They do not run for speed, but for responsibility, stepping into the role. During the 35-kilometer category of the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026, 2 members of the Likay Sugo trail running community stepped forward to take on this demanding role. They were Roz Rodriguez and Mi-Choel-Dee.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Both runners were experienced on the rugged upland trails of Sitio Civoleg, a region known for steep climbs, dense jungle paths, and unpredictable weather conditions. While hundreds of runners prepared to chase personal records and podium finishes, Rodriguez and Mi-Choel-Dee prepared for a different responsibility, watching over the race. Into the darkness. At 2 o'clock in the morning on March 1, 2026, the 35-kilometer race began. Headlamps flickered like moving constellations as runners disappeared into the jungle trails beyond the grove, the official start and finish point of the race. Behind the final wave of participants, moving patiently and steadily, were the sweepers.
Nasakpan. May nagsunod ng babae. Nasakpan. Nasakpan. Nasusunod ng babae.
Roz Rodriguez and Mi-Choel-Dee followed the last runners into the darkness. Their mission was not to push the pace, but to protect the integrity and safety of the course.
Very good.
The 35-kilometer route climbed more than 1,600 meters of elevation, traversing steep ridges, muddy forest tracks, and remote mountain passages. Along the way, the sweepers checked every section of the trail, every aid station, every turn, and every silent stretch of forest. Because in ultra-trail racing, the mountains can be both breathtaking and unforgiving. The duty of the sweepers. Throughout the race, the sweepers carried out a number of essential responsibilities.
Oh.
They verified that no injured runner remained unattended on the trail.
Sir Jude, okay na ka? Okay. Man di si Sir Jude.
They ensured that participants complied with mandatory safety gear requirements, including headlamps, emergency blankets, hydration supplies, and first aid kits. They assisted exhausted runners approaching cutoff points and confirmed when aid stations could safely close after the final participant had passed.
Sa station abi na magsaka diri ang turning point. Kay gani kinakitaan mi. Unahan na gud mi. Sabi nila tapos na nila. Niya sa inyong ruta oy. Ano pa rin? 35 oh. 35 Mitch.
Sweepers also report emergency situations directly to race officials. In many trail races worldwide, they often serve as the first responders in remote sections of the course, where medical teams and race organizers cannot easily reach. Their presence ensures that even the slowest runner remains part of the race community. On the mountain, no one disappears unnoticed. Women of the trail. The role of Roz Rodriguez and Mi-Choel-Dee also reflected a deeper shift in the growing trail running culture of Northern Mindanao. Women are no longer simply participants in endurance races. They have become leaders, volunteers, organizers, and guardians of the sport. Across the 60-kilometer category of the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026, female athletes demonstrated remarkable strength and resilience as they pushed through nearly 60 kilometers of rugged mountain terrain. Among the stand-up performers were Michaela Abel Cruz, overall female champion, finishing in 10:41.55. Lori Gakusen, third female overall, one of the fastest female finishers with an impressive time of 11:9.01. These women ran not only against distance, but also against gravity, fatigue, and the long hours of the mountain night.
Roel Almeda, the oldest runner of the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026. Among the hundreds of runners who gathered for the demanding trails of the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026 was a man whose presence stood out, not for speed, but for perseverance and a lifetime of endurance experience. At 60 years old, Roel Almeda stepped onto the starting line not merely to compete, but to celebrate a personal milestone in his running journey. For Almeda, the race marked what he proudly called his Run My Age Challenge, honoring 60 years of life through the sport that had shaped much of his life. As the race unfolded, the route carried runners deep into the rainforest slopes of Mount Balatucan, a rugged mountain range rising above Gingoog City in Misamis Oriental. The course challenged every participant with steep rainforest climbs, slippery downhill sections, technical rock gardens, and multiple river crossings where runners carefully stepped across large stones above the flowing mountain water. For Almeda, the trail offered more than physical challenge. It revealed the beauty that draws trail runners to the mountains, breathtaking views, wild terrain, and the quiet rhythm of endurance against nature. Throughout the course, clear trail markings guided runners across the forest routes, leaving little chance of getting lost. Race crews and volunteers remained stationed along the trail to assist the athletes. Aid stations provided sufficient food and hydration, while medical teams, uniformed personnel, and members of the local community closely monitored the race to ensure the safety of every participant. The event was supported by the Gingoog City Sports Council, whose hospitality and dedication left a lasting impression on the visiting runners.
Ultra. Gidesign sa series director nga. One way downhill, one way uphill. So it's a one giant downhill and one giant uphill. So by the time nga makabalik ka sa finish line, nagian na mo ang one way nga uphill na course. Grabe. Incline gamay. Di rin Sugo ng incline. Madulong sa kawan. Madulong ng jampuri. Incline na. Sa adang route kay dool ra kay mga trail sign ba. Dool ra kay lang nagit-ngit. Di rin ang route. Grabe yung trail sign ba. Didubli-dublihan gini ba. Manay pinaka the best nga Gingoog Trail Ultra rin. Dili ng loob. Dili sa same sa last year nga. Ulan. Ganoon, i-move man ang date good. I-move sa February 28 to March 1. So, wala kayo siya nakuha sa init. Pwede naman din siya mga gamitan ng hulsyo. Luxury gamit.
The story of the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026 did not begin smoothly. In the early stages of preparation, the event faced a major turning point when the pioneer race organizer unexpectedly stepped back from the project. What had once been a promising endurance race suddenly faced uncertainty. Yet within the trail running community, challenges often bring new resolve. In the weeks that followed, a new organizing team stepped forward to take responsibility for the event. Led by Roz Rodriguez, known in the trail community as Podium, the group moved quickly to stabilize the race preparations and ensure that the event could still take place. With renewed leadership, the race was officially rescheduled for February 28 to March 1, 2026, with the race venue set in the rugged upland trails of Sitio Civoleg in Gingoog City, within the province of Misamis Oriental. The revived event would become a highly structured multi-category endurance race designed to challenge trail runners of varying experience levels. 3 race distances were prepared for the event: 15 kilometers, 35 kilometers, and the flagship 60-kilometer ultra distance. Official registration lists reflected a strong turnout, drawing runners from across Mindanao and other regions. Participants ranged from teenage athletes beginning their trail running journey to veteran endurance runners in their 60s, demonstrating the growing diversity of the trail running community. Safety became one of the central priorities of the reorganized event. All runners were required to carry mandatory gear, including headlamps with spare batteries, emergency blankets, and basic first aid kits. For the longer distances, particularly the demanding 60-kilometer ultra category, participants were also required to present valid medical certificates to ensure that they were physically prepared for the extreme demands of the course. The event was not organized in isolation. Coordination meetings were conducted with the Gingoog City Sports Council and the city government of Gingoog, alongside support from Circle Productions, Incorporated, ensuring that the race would comply with operational and safety standards. Beyond logistics, the course itself promised to be one of the most technically demanding trail races in the region. The 60-kilometer ultra served as the event's flagship challenge. Starting late in the evening at 10:00 p.m. on February 28, runners would navigate the mountains through the darkness of the night. Over the course of the race, athletes would face an enormous 2,706 meters of elevation gain and 2,678 meters of descent, with a strict 17-hour cutoff time. The shorter distances, though less extreme, were no less demanding. The 35-kilometer course carried over 1,600 meters of vertical gain, while even the 15-kilometer route included more than 600 meters of climbing, ensuring that every category would experience the rugged terrain of the Gingoog Mountains. At its highest point, the course climbed to 422 meters above sea level, where cool mountain temperatures, ranging between 18 and 26 degrees Celsius, offered relief from the tropical heat, but often masked the physical toll of the steep ascents. Yet the race was more than a test of endurance. Organizers deliberately integrated elements of local Gingoog Min culture into the event, transforming it into a celebration of community and regional identity. Aid stations offered not only traditional runner nutrition like bananas and electrolytes, but also local delicacies such as lechin, puso, hanging rice, kamote, and wayap, creating a unique blend of athletic challenge and local hospitality. The event's branding emphasized adventure and extreme travel, positioning Gingoog City as an emerging destination for sports tourism in Northern Mindanao. As race weekend approached, several expectations began to emerge. The demanding elevation profile and nighttime start suggested that the 60-kilometer ultra category could experience a significant number of runners failing to reach the finish line. Ultra trail races of this technical difficulty often test even the most experienced athletes. At the same time, the influx of runners, crews, and spectators promised to bring a temporary economic boost to the community of Sitio Civoleg and surrounding areas, benefiting local transport services, food vendors, and lodging establishments. More importantly, the successful revival of the event after the sudden withdrawal of its original organizer demonstrated the resilience of the local trail running community. The Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026 was no longer just a race. It had become a symbol of collaboration between athletes, organizers, local government, and the community, working together to transform the rugged mountains of Gingoog into a stage for endurance, adventure, and the growing spirit of trail running in the Philippines.
Mga bulanghoy. Overlooking king view. So, nagkaroon. Yan ang view kay. Yan ang bulanghoy. Confusion naman. Hindi rin mamawagi. 60 km. Siguro kabot mo din siguro. Pinakagahi din rin mga abot. Hapit na launa. Akong target makabot ko din rin. Isdos kapin. So kaning nga portion sa mga 60 km category. Kagi ito sila dire, o dili lang nila. Dili lang kayo mo ma-appreciate. Grabe. Di man gani madagan nga presko pang tiil. Samot nagluya na. Gikan pa bayaw og sibulig. Get a cow. What's that cow? Not gonna hurt you. Oh, you're not gonna hurt me. So, diri na itong porsyon na kuhan. Tapok na sapa. Kung mag-ulan, danglugin na siya diri. Masyam. Cow, not gonna hurt you. What are you looking at, cow? You don't look so cool. I mean, don't hurt nobody. So, kaya siya kaya bata na siya kaya nagdanan. Kaya siya kaya nagdanan diri kay mapo. Para safety ra kayo. Pero, magyapon. Danlog niya diri nga portion. Dagan-dagan kay sign sa mga nagyagbaha ba. Kaya siya diri nga area. Kaya siya diri nga lasang. Lasang nga portion. Diri. Kaagi mo diri 60 km category. Ngit-ngit. Ngit-ngit kayo. Diri. So, bantayo nun. Wow! Race na ako sa Gingoog Trail Ultra. Version 2. 2026 60 km category. Wala lang nagdalang camera. Kaya gusto na ko i-try ang I-push yun ako. Ako ang limit. Asa ko tama. So, ito ko lang ako dalag kamera. Push yun dyan. Ano yan? Training ground sa kuhan. Mga Likay Sugo. Manilang training ground sa mga Likay Sugo. Gwapo may kibatag ang ba. Dali pa lang gani, hangak na. Gumba ang dalan. Abot na. Abot na siya.
Gingoog Trail Ultra storm, not just rain. It's words nga nagpadaya. Organizers, local tension, the slam. Race almost canceled, pero trail gahulat lang. Thunder misulti, maskara ng ahulog. Unos walay pili, basta words nagbunga. Radyo nag-buzz, Kensen nagdaghan, cancel. Hangin nga kusog, mura kag kuryente sa tanang lokal lagingon. Organizers kinahanglan mo
Mga ganan sa kuhan. Gingoog Trail Ultra. Sapa. Batu. Ankle breaker or ankle breaker.
pero decisions murag naguba. Kamot nagabot, pulong naguba. Every call, every meeting, every email. Storm sa trail, storm sa room. Almost lost the race, almost lost the dream. Thunder misulti, maskara ng ahulog. Unos walay pili, basta words nagbungog. Race almost cancelled, tension high. Who stays, who leaves, kinsa mo try. Organizers nagduha-duha, local nagtanaw. Every moment, decisions are hanging thin line. Meetings padayon, calls walay hunong. Every email, every note, tension ga strong. Clouds roll in, dili tanan klaro. Pulong sa organizers, padayon raba. Safety first, pero pressure nagdagan. Storm sa boardroom, tension sa tanang bani. Trail na hulat, runners ready na. Pero ang desisyon, mura pagdagdugay. Kinsay tagiya sa dalan kung tingog magbangga. Storm dili lang sa langit, storm sa team. Words
Kilid gamay.
tension thick,
Okay, sige,
halos
magkaog suka.
break na tanan.
O halang.
Trail nagulat, runners dili pa kabalo. Every second counts, every whisper.
Mga, yeah.
Thunder misulti, maskara ng ahulog. Race almost
Mga kaya?
canceled, words nagbunggo.
Oh, you're not gonna hurt me.
Tension sa local, organizers nagduha-duha. Storm sa boardroom, storm sa trail. Kinsa mo padayon, kinsa mo stand. Decision near but almost out of hand.
The trail. By late morning, as sunlight slowly spread across the ridges of Barangay Luna Town, runners began arriving at the finish line at Del Grove. Some crossed the line in triumph. Others arrived exhausted, their bodies pushed to the limit. Many simply felt relief at completing the demanding course. Yet somewhere behind the final runner, the sweepers continued their steady pace. Only when the last participant safely reached the finish could the race course officially close. Only then was the mountain trail cleared, the last to finish. In trail running, the fastest runners often receive the loudest applause. But sweepers carry a different honor. They are the final runners on the mountain, the ones who ensure that every participant returns safely from the trail. On the rugged paths of the Gingoog Trail Ultra 2026, as hundreds of runners chase their limits across distances of 60, 35, and 15 kilometers, Roz Rodriguez and Mi-Choel-Dee ran a quieter race. A race of responsibility. A race of vigilance. A race that ensured every runner who entered the mountain would return from it. And in the enduring spirit of the Likay Sugo trail running community, their footsteps echo the simple truth known to every trail runner. In the mountains, no one runs alone.
After completing the race, Almeda expressed his gratitude to the organizers and the people of Gingoog City, describing the experience as one of the most memorable adventures in his running life. The warmth and kindness he received from the local community became part of what made the event unforgettable. Known in the endurance community as Spartan Surigao, Roel Almeda is recognized as one of the pioneering Filipino athletes who represented the Philippines in international obstacle course racing and ultra-trail competitions. His long journey in endurance sports has inspired many athletes who followed the same path into the mountains. His story also intersects with the next generation of trail runners. In 2025, during the Highlands Ultra Trail Adventure 2025, fellow trail runner Roz Rodriguez first met Almeda, an encounter between two athletes connected by the same passion for trail running. At 60 years old, Roel Almeda continues to prove that endurance is not defined by age, but by spirit. On the rugged trails of the Gingoog Trail Ultra, his journey stands as a testament to resilience, gratitude, and the enduring love for the mountains. Memories he now carries with deep appreciation for the people of Gingoog City, whom he thanked with heartfelt words. Salamat Karajo.
Why?